Anthropic quietly admitted last night that a bug inside Claude Code was charging some businesses twice on every single API call for months. If your company runs Claude Code on Amazon's cloud behind a work proxy, your bill has been double what it should have been. Nobody told you. The fix landed in a release most people scrolled past. Version 2.1.239. 3 lines inside it move real money, and one of them is the one your finance person will notice next month. I'm Stuart Vickers. Claude Code is Anthropic's terminal tool, the thing your developer or your agency runs when they say we're building it with Claude. Yesterday it shipped a point release. 30 fixes. I read the whole changelog, so you don't have to. Here's the shape of this video. 3 fixes that touch your bill. 1 that unbreaks your night. 1 that gives Windows operators something Mac people already had. Then the one thing to type today, and the receipts, live on my screen. Fix number 1 is the big one, the double billing bug. Bedrock is what Amazon calls the way big companies run Claude through AWS. Regulated industries do this. Finance, healthcare, anyone whose lawyers said the words data-residency once. 9 times out of 10, that AWS traffic goes through the corporate proxy first. The proxy inspects outbound traffic so security can sleep at night. The proxy strips a header. Not on purpose, proxies do that. And when Claude Code saw the missing header, it decided the streaming response was broken and quietly reran the whole turn. Not streaming, the second attempt was billed every turn twice. Silently. Sit with that word for a second. If that describes your setup, and you have been quietly assuming your AI line item went up because your team was using it more, they weren't. The header issue means your Bedrock bill on Claude Code has been double. Update and half of that number goes away. An agency I know was staring at a $4,000 monthly AWS invoice on a 5-person dev team and calling it AI adoption cost. Half of that was a header, real number, refunded to their P&L the day they update. Quick ask before the rest, because you're going to want the copy-paste. My channel covers every Claude Code release the day it ships, in operator English. Subscribe and the next drop finds you, instead of you finding it 3 weeks late on an invoice. The exact commands from today's demo are in the pinned comment. Copy-paste, and the Church of SEO Jesus, my free school community, is where the full playbook lives and where I answer when your setup breaks. Free, link below. Now the proof, live from my terminal. The version on the shelf right now, 2.1.239, real number, real NPM, not me telling you. Then I pull the release JSON straight from GitHub, tag v2.1.239, published August 21st, 8,441 bytes of changelog. Real page, real bytes, real timestamp. Select string on the release for Bedrock streaming surfaces, the exact line. Silently double billed API calls by rerunning every turn non-streaming. There it is, in their own words, not a rumor. Same search for 1.1 pulls the cost premium line and the WebFetch fix in one hit. 2 more moves in your favor, both in the same release. Both quietly. Fix 2. Your cost estimate was lying to you. If your workspace is set to US only inference, which is what many regulated businesses turn on, Anthropic charges a 10% premium. The bill always had it. The estimate in your terminal didn't. So the number your dev quoted your finance team was 10% low, every time, for every budget conversation you've had this quarter. Display bug, not a price hike, but if you built a monthly forecast on those numbers, you were under by 10%. And the finance person who catches it next month is going to want to know why the estimate stopped matching the invoice. Now it matches. Fix 3 is subtler and still touches your bill. WebFetch is the thing Claude Code uses when it pulls a page for you. It was supposed to drop that page from memory after 15 minutes. It was keeping it for the whole session, every page, all of them, for hours. Long sessions carry more context than they should. More context means more tokens means a bigger bill. Not double. But a leak you are paying for every single day, sealed. Fix 4 is for your nights. If you or your team has the retry-watchdog turned on, it was doing something dumb, When your account hit its monthly spend limit or ran out of credits, it just kept retrying, forever, waiting for a reset that wasn't coming until the first of the month. 8 hours of a machine pinging a wall while you sleep. Now it fails fast. You find out at 9 in the morning over coffee, not at 4 AM when a job you needed for a client meeting still hasn't started. Fix 5 is a small one that has bugged Windows operators for months. Cross-session messaging. Your desktop Claude Code and your server Claude Code can finally talk to each other the way Mac and Linux already could. If you run Claude on a workstation and a VPS, they can now handwork between them. A build fires on your desktop, hands off to the server for the heavy lifting, and pings you back when it's done. Not a quality of life thing. Real multi-machine setup your competitor's agency has been quietly running since spring on Mac. Windows just got parity. Here is the verification. Open your terminal right now, type Claude-version. If the number is anything below 2.1.239, you are the person this video is for. That is the proof, not me telling you. The move this week is 3 lines. Claude update, Claude-version to confirm you're on 2.1.239 or higher, then /cost to baseline where your spend actually sits, now that the estimate is honest. If you skip the update and your setup is Bedrock behind a proxy, every day you wait is another day of the double bill you didn't know about. Whole story. The bigger pattern is worth naming. Point releases like this one are where the money actually moves on AI tools. Not the keynote, not the model launch, the Thursday night patch note nobody reads. Anthropic ships one of these a week. The operators who read them are 3 days ahead of the ones who don't, every single week. Next up on the channel, the operator translation on the model release Anthropic is teeing up. The one that changes what a solo person with a laptop can build over a weekend.